bird. It's a plane.
Oh no, it's only Frank.
Aloha headsets, Frank here, and it is review time today, and we are sinking deep into the pits of hell to destroy some demons in Doom VFR. Now, with the wide success of Skyrim VR, I was expecting this game to knock my socks off, and after a little tweaking of the controls, boy, does it do it for me. Now, there are a few issues here and there, but we'll get to that. And before I get started, I must let you know that Bethesda did hook me up with a key, but my opinion cannot be purchased. Now, enjoy.
Welcome to the UAC.
As always, let's start with the story. Now, without spoiling anything, you play a sentient soldier contracted by the UAE to rid their Mars facility of a demon outbreak. It's told through voiceover narration, and although it sets a solid tone, it's nothing memorable. The heart of this game lies in a gameplay. Visuals. Now, for review, I played this on a PS4 Pro, and the visuals are pretty solid. At distances, a lot of the textures seem to blur into the main color, but up close, everything looked great. I never noticed any obvious tearing, and I was really surprised at how nice all the in-game menus looked and how easy it was to read text. Overall, I really don't have anything to complain about visually speaking, although I did notice rendering was much smoother when using either the DualShock 4 or AIM controller. Audio. The audio is great. From the beefy blast to your shotgun to the head-pounding soundtrack in the background, everything serves to pull you deeper into the game. Even when moving through lonely corridors, the sounds of machinery churning around you and the sparking of loose wires create a beautiful sense of atmosphere, which very few games pull off to such a memorable degree. Gameplay. Alright, so if you saw my initial review, you know I had a big issue with the gameplay. Now, I'm sorry. After realizing free locomotion was an option with both the DualShock 4 and AIM controller, my opinion did a full 360. The only real issue that still stands is that with the Move controllers, you get a wonderful sense of hand presence. I really wish they would have implemented that same movement scheme as Skyrim for one of the move buttons, and then the other button could be used to teleport, because teleport in this game is a must. Now, if you don't know already, this game is a shooter. Sure, you can upgrade your suit and weapons, but there really isn't much depth there. Thankfully, the gunplay is superb. Although you do face waves of enemies, the way they're spread out across the map makes it feel like something more than just a wave shooter. Most levels are a system of corridors that lead to an arena-style onslaught battle where you're pitted against what feels like a never-ending stream of progressively larger enemies. But thanks to well-placed, timed upgrades like Berserker, which lets you glory kill every foe immediately, it becomes a strategic ballet of where to teleport, when to toss a grenade, and what's the best time to use a power-up. There are 9 weapons to choose from. I enjoyed using all of them, and each can be modified to add an alternate fire or general upgrade. I like mechanics like this and did utilize most of the mods. I just wish there had been a little more depth to this system. The game also has a mechanic that slows down time for an upgradable period when teleporting. I really enjoyed this one. The way it slows down the world around you as well as the audio really pulls you in, but I'm a sucker for time manipulation. The enemies and locations have enough variation to keep the environments from getting stale too quickly, but most of them do feel like bullet sponges, and a lack of any kind of visual cue that you're actually doing damage on some enemies is kind of jarring. You just shoot and finally you get a death animation. If you're a collector, there are hidden items strewn around each map, and completing all 3 challenges given to you at the start of a mission will net you an extra suit upgrade upon completion. There are health packs and ammo plaques placed all around the map, and you initially have to find all your weapons before they come available. Lastly, I have to mention the glory kills. Now, earlier I said teleporting is a must, and you'll find yourself dying very fast if you don't use it properly. The glory kills give you the ability to take out an enemy fast and move to a new position. After weakening a foe, they will start to shine blue. At this point, if you can teleport into them, which immediately kills them and nets you extra health. I really love doing it, and if chained and done well, it can really help you survive in a sticky situation. My only issue is that the death animation looks to be the same regardless of the enemy type. It's fine with the smaller ones, but the larger ones feel like they need a little more oomph. Motion sickness. If you get sick, don't worry. There are a handful of comfort options to suit your needs. I might suggest playing seated with the DualShock 4 and click turning enabled for the most comfortable experience. But if you're feeling up to it, the smooth gameplay with full locomotion is a fast-paced and frenetic good time. Issues. My biggest issue, and hopefully one that can get patched, is the placement of your left hand in-game when using anything but the Move controllers. With the DualShock 4, I kind of felt like a zombie just walking around and shooting, and with the aim, I kept crossing the streams and kept picturing myself looking like I was doing a Macarena while playing. It's nothing that'll pull you out of the action, but it might bug you every now and again. Value. So for $30, you're getting a superb VR shooter with a mission-based structure and pretty decent graphics. Although most of the missions are more or less fetch quests, the gameplay more than makes up for the weak story and repetitive missions. But finally, if you're looking for multiplayer, you won't find it here. The only option is single-player gameplay, but I still think it's worth it. It's a bit pricier than most non-full price VR games, but the production value is noticeably high. Verdict. All in all, Doom VFR is a fantastic title. It just needs a little tweaking of the controls to get right. It looks great, sounds great, and feels great. I mean, what else could you ask for? Sure, I would love to see the same gameplay in a multiplayer game, but for now, if you're looking for some demon hunting, Doom VFR will be my go-to title. If you're fans of fast-paced shooters, and you need to pick this one up.